Welcome back to The Price of Business. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Best and Brightest, they had their big event this year, and we're delighted. This year we're bringing on the winners of that event, and there was plenty of them, all of them interesting companies with interesting approaches. And the Best and Brightest, what that means is the best and brightest places, companies to be employed by. It's an organization out of the Detroit, Michigan area, but they recognize companies all over the country. And we're delighted to have Annette Monks here in our studio. She's with Carlton Staffing, and good to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Tell us a little bit about Carlton Staffing.
Carlton Staffing's a 35-year-old regional staffing firm, and we're headquartered here in Houston. And we place positions in office capacity anywhere from general clerk all the way up to controller. And we also place in the industrial capacity any kind of warehouse person up to skilled trade. And we have a separate division called KTEK that does engineering and IT placement.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so you cover a lot of different places. How long have you been with the company?
4 years.
4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you been CEO, president?
I've been here 4 years. I came in as the president.
To do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, very good.
The previous
That's what I call
retired.
moving to the top fast.
That's right.
So, and your background is in HR and staffing?
25 years in staffing.
Yeah. Well, very good. First of all, this is the second time to win the Best and Brightest?
Yes, 2 for 2.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How many employees does Carlton have?
We have 35 internal employees, meaning those who do the staffing and the placement, and then 650 external employees, people that we place and pay weekly.
Okay.
As contract employees.
And you made the decision last year to pursue this for the first time?
We did. As soon as we heard about it, we wanted to pursue it, see if we could make the grade.
Yep. And what motivated you to do that?
Well, really 2 things. One, I'm so proud of the company and what we've accomplished, not only over the last 35 years, but just, since I've been here, I wanted to be able to see if we still had the same excitement with a new person that's come in. And so that's number 1. And number 2, I wanted the team to see and the public to see how well we've done as a company. And so it's really twofold, internal and external.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And obviously, I think when you're trying to sell your company to a potential employee, this kind of recognition is important.
That's exactly right. And sometimes people who work internally don't realize how great they are until they win an award like this. And it helps to, add to the pride that they already have for the company they work for.
And I think just the recognition itself builds morale because it tells the employee that they're part of making that happen.
Absolutely.
Grumpy employees make it impossible for what you're talking about to happen.
Right. And not very good to serve the clients either. So you're right.
Not at all. So, and it's amazing how many companies have grumpy employees. I feel like a lot of them are like DPS, and it's like, wow, just do something else for a living. It's always good. I think when you find a company that has values that includes happy employees,
mm-hmm.
that they're going to be more obvious in their happiness.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So let me ask you, in terms of the industries, you cover a lot of different verticals.
Correct.
As far as that goes. But what are some of your sweet spots?
Well, with regard to industry.
Yeah, that you work for.
Because we're in Houston,
yeah.
We do deal a lot with oil and gas and all the companies that serve oil and gas. However, fortunately, we've diversified since the 80s in Houston. And when things like the market today happen, we're able to reach out to those other industries that are perhaps, for instance, manufacturing is not only for oil and gas, but also for goods like air conditioning and things that are related to contracts and to building and construction. So we're able to cross over to other industries as well, and retail and real estate and banking and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it's really across the board. Anyone's hiring at any given time. So anyone can be a good prospect for us.
And as far as size of businesses that you work with, talk a little bit about that.
Usually we go for middle-sized companies, but we have contracts with, international companies. We also have, companies that maybe have 2 employees, but generally speaking, we go for middle-sized companies.
Yeah, and when you say middle, how do you define
it? It could be anywhere from 50 employees to 500.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So small to, mid-size up to low vertical, or small mid-market, rather. Yeah, very cool.
Usually those are the companies that have someone that handles human resources, but they really don't have enough time and resources to go hire people. It's the most challenging thing for those human resource professionals.
Right. And they can use you as a way of vetting those employees
exactly.
with the long-term commitment. And Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I like it. Annette Monks, again, she's with Carlton Staffing. That's carltonstaffing.com. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, when we come back, much more for you. I do want to remind you, best content here does show up over there at usdailyreview.com. And you're listening to The Price of Business.
1, 2.